Okay, we're live.
Okay, great. Welcome everybody back to Elasmo Week. I'm your host for the week, Dr. David Shiffman. Elasmo Week is an outreach event about the science of elasmobranchs, sharks, skates, and rays, and the scientists who study them. This week is all about diversity. The goal is to highlight the diversity of the scientists, the many ways of doing elasmobranch research, and to show off as many weird and wonderful species as possible every year. Elasmo Week wants to make a platform where real scientists can share their love and work with the public. It's my pleasure to introduce to you tonight Professor Francisco Concha, who is a Chilean marine biologist, an assistant professor at the Universidad de Valparaiso in Chile, and a PhD candidate at the University of Connecticut. He's always been a shark lover and first got to formally work with them as an undergraduate back in 2004. Ever since then, he's dedicated his career to investigating elasmobranchs from Chile. He founded the NDROLAB with a group of students and friends, and during his PhD, he started studying deep-sea sharks and batoid systematics and diversification patterns from the southeastern Pacific and Falkland Islands. Now he's collaborating with scientists from different countries and studying ecology, feeding habits, taxonomy, and biology of coastal and deep-sea chondrichthyans. Take it away, Francisco.
Okay. Invitation to this event. I think it's an honor for me to be here as part of the science community and especially in this occasion for this group. I'm gonna. I wasn't sure what to talk about, but I just thought that would be a good idea. So to let you know, guys, what things are we doing here back here in Chile, down in South America, and because probably you don't know very much about what's going on in this side, right? And so it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks again. So I will just tell you about some conservation issues and how are we trying to address those problems and how do we want to solve them in the midterm, I would say, or even long term. So this is where we work. I will say we because I'm part of a lab, so I'm the PI with my wife, but still we're a group of students.
Francisco, sorry, can I interrupt for just a second? We're getting a little bit of audio feedback. Can you lean slightly farther back from your computer's microphone? It's bouncing. It's getting some feedback. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Should I fix it somehow?
That's better. Whatever just happened is better.
Okay, good. And well, yeah, I'm changing my voice, right? And so this is the office, and so I'm from Chile, and our lab is from Central Chile, so in Universidad de Valparaiso. That is of course, in the coast, as you can see, and that's like a natural laboratory. So it's pretty cool to work in there, and that's a place where I did my undergrad. And after I finished my undergrad, then I started working for several years, well, a lot of years, and then lately, like in my 40s, I would say I started to. In my 40s, I started my PhD. So yeah, I'm an old student. So this is the staff. So those are the students we have in currently. And well, that's me. That's my wife, Anna. She's from Mexico, so it's been great to work with her. And that's a CV picture of my son, which is he's applying to the lab. He will be right one day. And the others are my students. So just a little bit of context, right? So we are from Chile, and here we have cold water pretty much. We are in the temperate South America. That's a whole region, and then the provinces we have in Chile are the warm temperate Southeastern Pacific and the Magellanic province over here, which we share with Argentina and the Falkland Islands. And well, the Humboldt system makes something really cool in here. I would say something similar to what happens in California. So you have this very, very productive system and with cold water, right, and upwelling too. So we have a bunch of species. It's a high diverse place here. And talking about constrictions, we have about 106 species now recorded, and we're making sure those numbers are accurate in different ways, right? Because some of them or most of these reports are pretty old. The new records of species for Chile, they haven't been very much. So there was one last year, of one species, but most of the records of the species in here are pretty old. I would say more than 50 years. And so since we were trying to address in here in the lab are different aspects of biology, right? So one of them is taxonomy, which is one of not my favorite part of research, but still is needed, right? So, and I always put it in the first place because it's the first thing you need to do, right? Know your species names, and that's a way to address the issue of knowing what's the diversity you have in your area. Once you know the names of your species and what you have in your diversity, then you can start definitely working on biology and ecology, so relationships among species and environment, and of course fisheries. That's taxonomy and systematics, I would say, is really important for fisheries, right? Because if you want to evaluate or assess something, you're not really sure about the species you're working with, that will be next later, right? You can definitely put some things in there. And the ultimate goal, I would say, is to contribute to better knowledge of the conservation status of your species. So that's something we somehow we relate to that, right? And so those are pretty much the big steps you need to take before you do everything, right? And well, there might be some others, right? There are other tools that you might use for this, but these are the main topics we will try to cover here. And well, one of the issues we have to face just to achieve this is something that was mentioned by Dave before, like this year, and in the sense that you cannot just study things and you cannot raise concern for people, which is like, so you don't really care about what's going on with sharks. And it's really hard to put that on the table because most of the newspapers or media is about charismatics, right? Hammerhead, white, whale sharks, mako sharks, so those, and necessarily the most main species or the most species you have more information about on social media or other sources are necessarily the ones that need more concern, right? So that was a point that by here, and well, this is an example. This happened this year, I guess, and when that eagle was carrying a mackerel, I guess, and everyone lost their head because that was a bird hunting a shark. It's a shark. It's not a shark. It's a mackerel, and well, that's my face every time somebody asks me about it. And so I would say one of the main points too is education. So it's not just about outreach with the community, but also if you're involved in education, like I am, because I work in a university. I teach students from my biology. I think you have to do is actually show them the sources, the real sources of information, and so they don't just grab everything or get everything from newspapers or social media. There's a bunch of social media that might be misleading, right? So it's not easy to discriminate for people when they're not well informed. So one of the things I like to mention, and one of the works I would say is paramount now for taxonomists and for scientists, should be scientists, if you're looking for new species or you're looking for diversity, and you care for species names, is the work of 2012 of Gavin with Jenicaya, Kirsten Jensen, and 2012. That's a neighbor joining tree. So for people who is not familiarized with genetics, is the section of genetics that allows you to identify species, right? To tell apart one species from other. There might be different genes working for that. So the most common is the one. But in the case of this work, they figured out that there was another gene that might be even better than 01, which is N2. And this thing is super important because then in here you can find many cases where a species from that was supposed to be distributed in a wide range, when you check specimens from one side and from the opposite side of the distribution, then you can.
Francisco, sorry to interrupt again. Having more popping issues with your microphone. If you're able to lean back, rather, the microphone's getting overloaded, I think. When you lean really close in, it seems to be. Sorry for everyone listening. This is great stuff, and we want to make sure that everyone can hear it. Thank you.
Is that okay? Am I talking too loud?
Loud isn't the issue so much as close to the microphone, it seems to be. Okay. When you're leaning back like that, it sounds great.
Okay. Should I start all over again?
I don't think so. You should be fine here.
Okay, fine. So that work of, as I was saying, so this work of Naylor is when showed several cases where you have species that were supposed to be in wide range. For example, the case of Elasmo or the eagle spotted eagle ray. So if you see one specimen from, let's say, one from the Atlantic, then this genetic tool, they found out that the specimens from those places were actually not the same species. That's, I mean, we don't know already for by then, but that's just an example. Those cases, such cases are identical, right? So if you check the trees or the neighbor joining tree, you will see that there are several cases that you can find actually where there are some taxonomic issues and some identification issues for this. And so the first line I said was taxonomy and diversity. So if the way to achieve that, in my case, as a PhD student in 2013, I'm still a student because I'm still writing my dissertation. And so this is, I would say, the most important project I've been involved in. So a survey of the ones of the regular bowels of the earth. So these two awesome scientists, and Kirsten, they work with parasites, actually, with flatworms and cestos, and they have a really special relationship with those tarantulas. So studying these guys, little guys, helping Sharh taxonomists necessary to understand evolution and also to identify species. So I was involved in this project as a PhD student, and well, the coverage of this project is like worldwide. They have been there. I contributed with a couple of thousand here. So it's a really awesome project. And then the first chapter I did was about is in Chile, right? So this is the yellow nose skate, Pictus chilensis, and vulnerable species is a resource. I would say, like many other Pictus skates, this was a case in which the species was economically important. So one of the biggest features in Chile. It used to be, not now, because it's been bad for years. And the distribution of these species was from central Chile to all the way to the south, to the Strait of Magellanic, and then it was reported for the Falklands and Argentina and Uruguay and south Brazil. So it was a pretty big distribution, right? And to check here in that book I was telling you, you will see that there are at least two groups. I won't say just two groups of the Atlantic, but they're genetically different from the ones in the Pacific. So in order to check that, well, that was the first issue. So I went to the and getting bored. I was in a research group, so they were doing like this thought control, and I got the chance to see specimens from the forest. So I got some of them, like 50 or so, and I got these specimens, and then I brought them back to Chile, and then in Chile I just went to my friends, like my fishermen friends, and I got them collecting more specimens of the species. Let's say that I would say that the locality of this species for the two Chileans was Central Quiso, Valparaiso, so that we were pretty much fishing in the locality. And so we collected specimens from that locality and then from the Falklands, and then we compared them, right? So this is from Chile. That's a baby 6-year shark. And one of the cool things we did here, so once after flying to the Falklands and then coming back to Chile and collecting more specimens from that locality in Chile, I took these specimens back to the US, put them on the table, and then start comparing, right? Morphology, because it's not only about genetics, so you have to do morphology and genetics. That's the right way to do it, because sometimes genes can be deceiving. And once we have them on the table, we start comparing measurements, so doing morphometrics and also genetics, of course. But we did everything, right? And then after that, we finally realized that the species from the Falklands was different from Chile, and actually wasn't a species that we described. So we re-described the species from Chile, which was, well, the original description was pretty crappy, and we described the new species for the Falklands, and now we know that there's at least another species for Central, for North Argentina, and pretty much for Brazil maybe. So they might have a species, or that's something we'll have to figure out later, right? And we could see, actually, we sank the genus.
Francisco, sorry, me again. There's something really weird going on with the audio. It's working great for a while, and then it goes to just total static. And I'm getting instructions that I think we're just going to stop this and do it another time. And our tech support team is going to get in touch with you to figure out what's going on here, because I don't know how to talk you through it. So we're really sorry for the trouble. And for anyone watching, we'll try to do another version of this and record it so it'll be accessible from the YouTube channel.
Yeah, but I think it might be me. I guess for next time I can change my computer or something. Maybe use headphones or so.
Maybe, yeah. I'll put you in touch with our tech support friends. But anyone watching at home, that was not on your end. We're not sure what's going on, but we're going to try and fix it, and we'll get another version of this talk up as quickly as possible so that you can see it, because there's a lot of really cool stuff in this talk, and we want everyone to be able to hear it. So I'm going to stop live